All right, thank you guys for joining us. My name is Kelly Weils and this is Beauty Booth. As you know, here in Beauty Booth, it's all about playing with makeup in pursuit of finding, our beauty. And today in studio, once again, I am with the lovely Miss M, that's her, or what I call her. But I'll let her introduce herself so as you can get to know more about her. Thank you so much for being in studio with us today.
Thank you for having me, Kelly.
Yes.
So once again, my name is Maggy Theuri. I'm a professional makeup artist, makeup trainer, and also a beauty advisor at Canvas Cosmetics.
Yes, and if you wonder what Canvas Cosmetics is, it's not an international brand, it's a local brand. It's our very own Kenyan African brand, which we should all be proud of. Well, okay, this week we've been using this product, or rather the brand, but if you really want to know more, you can watch those other episodes on our YouTube BrandPlus TV Kenya. And we shall keep on using these products, so keep watching and get to know what they are all about. So, M, for today, what look are we going to do on our beautiful model?
I'm very excited about today's makeup look. It's something that is not often done, but it looks amazing, and it's very easy to do, literally. So it's the Glossy Eyelid Makeup.
All right, interesting, nice.
Yeah.
So if you had glossy, yeah, it's glossy. Having a shimmery kind of vibe, I understand.
Yes.
Then do what you do best.
I take it away.
Yeah.
Okay. So first step is gonna be her eyebrows. So we're going to make her eyebrows a bit more feathery this time. No concealer this time. So we've brushed them upwards and outwards. And now I'm going to take my pencil and extremely lightly just feather out the eyebrows.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you want to create the illusion of that this is her actual hairs. Yeah.
So the strokes have to be so slight.
And make sure you use a very sharp pencil as well. So that is one side done. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
It's actually also nice for the everyday person. If you like something extremely subtle with few products.
Weirdly, I've been seeing ladies who have thick brows embracing this kind of vibe. They don't want to do much on their brows.
Exactly.
And even that others are going extra mile. When it comes now to the concealing, they just do the end part over here. And the front part,
they leave it bare.
Yes.
Yeah. I think the Instagram brow trend is dying down. Am I wrong?
It is dying. I think now finally time will come. People will no longer be using, going to those pages to learn, because already they have already picked that which is good for them, and they'll be good to go.
As long as we don't go back to the 90s one-line eyebrow, then we are okay.
You're not a fan of those brows? Because we saw Rihanna
the
rock
one-line
that
eyebrow
the other day on the Vogue cover.
I think it looks good on models. Like for editorial stuff, it looks very high fashion.
Yeah.
But for the everyday person...
I agree, because we have ladies out there who still rock them in that kind of way.
Maybe I'll try it one day and give you a review.
Are you ready? Are you ready to
I'm not sure I'm ready for the backlash.
But it's nice to try out.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Because makeup is good to experiment with. It always comes off at the end of the day anyway, so...
Because I believe every single time when you're doing a fresh new look that you've never done before, you usually don't know the outcome. You don't know whether it is going to fail. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's moisturize her face. So her eyebrows are looking like that. I really like the bushy eyebrow look. It's just that you have to have actual eyebrows for you to pull it off. So it's limited to just a few people. That's the only disadvantage.
And I believe especially those who wear their hairs natural,
Yeah.
and they have nice soft hair, And definitely when you find those kind of people with that kind of hair, they have a lot of baby hairs.
Yeah.
By the way, a tip for you, if you're the kind of person who has that kind of texture for your hair and a lot of baby hairs, rock these kind of looks. You'll always look nice. You'll always look good.
Yeah. When did you first see the glossy eye makeup?
When did I first see it? Oh, when I was starting. When I was really starting, because I did this, I think, my first year of doing makeup. I already tried
the glossy eye.
The glossy eye, but I did it on this show, Beauty Booth. It was amazing, but later on when the model, after sitting with it and staying with it, it didn't
hold up
the way I expected, and it was I had done a lot of mistake, which was the concealer, and I had not set it, so because of the creasing and all that,
exactly.
So it is settled on the eyelid, which was not okay. But now I think I've known how to go about it.
Yeah. And also the glossy eye look does not wear for very long.
True, yes.
It's not something you can say you're going to work in, because by 5 it will be on your lower eyes.
True. Yeah. It's not a whole day kind of look that
I'll say give it like a good 3 hours or 4 hours.
Or maybe that could be the reason as to people don't wear. That's because that's the same question you're asking ourselves. Why is it that this look people don't embrace it?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that could be the reason.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because by the end of the day, that look really is usually messy.
It is. But then it looks amazing.
Very.
Okay, so because we've skipped the concealer for the eyebrows, we'll just do her foundation quickly. Then I can show you guys what you came here for, which is the glossy.
Yes.
Yeah. So again, we said you just use a foundation brush to blend or a beauty blender, but we both seem to favor brushes.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, and also, by the way, for stick, have you ever seen someone use a blender while using a stick
With
foundation?
a stick? No, actually for stick you're supposed to use a brush.
Thank you, because that's one thing I learned. When you're using your stick foundation, it's really quite hard to use the sponges. So you use your brush, and then you come later and probably fine the blending with the sponge.
Yeah, I agree. To pick up the excess, maybe.
Yeah.
If you ever find that your neck is quite dark as compared to your body, you can always drag it until this point, just under your throat area, because some people's necks are quite darker as compared to their body. So that's just a tip. And
you drag. The point is you drag.
Yeah.
Yeah, the product that you've used on your face, like you make sure at least it is this. While blending, you've spread it as far as you know.
Because you want it to appear seamless.
Yeah.
Do you prefer stick or liquid foundations, by the way?
Oh my god, the liquid. I've had a lot of issues, especially, I use this particular time I used to do, makeup, then leave. Especially for one of our news anchors. She had an oily skin. And at that particular time, I had trouble finding the right shade for her for liquid, for liquid foundations. So the one that was available was the stick foundation. And oh my, it was a lot of trouble, especially uncomfortable actually even for me, because I'm at home and I'm like, how is the makeup? Is it holding? And I was like, not for me, not unless someone has a dry face, then I can use the stick foundation.
I'll say if you want to get away with it, maybe just use a very mattifying primer if they are extremely oily. You can even use the powder before foundation technique. You know that one?
Now that's what I used to do, because I know I'm leaving her and there will be no one to touch, do the touch-up. So I'll do the foundation technique before, the powder technique before the foundation. And from the photos that will be taken, and at the end of it, it should be okay.
So that's a good technique. If you have a foundation and you find it gets oily very quickly, instead of just tossing it, you can just use some setting powder or just some powder underneath your skin and then the foundation on top.
And the other thing I've also noticed, you don't do a lot of products, the foundation, on your forehead. Please, why? If you'll share with our viewers, why do you do that?
Because of this area here, the hairline.
That's also another tip.
This is another dead giveaway that you're wearing too much makeup.
That's why I was saying you apply.
So I focus it on the middle, as you told us, and then I just take it outside, and then just the excess I put on the hairline.
Yes, like that, yeah.
Because I see a lot of people, they apply products all over.
Please don't do that. Because at the end of the day, you want, that flawlessness to be natural. You want it to appear as if you're not really applying makeup, much of anything. So her skin is nice and finished. We're going to go underneath her eyes. We said this part you can use your fingers as well. Your fingers work great for this area. And actually, another tip of making your concealer down here not look crazy is applying a small bit of foundation first. As you've seen me doing. So I'm applying a small amount of foundation first, and then a little bit of concealer on top. Try that. It really works. Then the other thing actually, let me even share with you. Now, actually, it's one thing that I've started working on, and it is really, improving my under eye highlighting, is instead of putting or placing the concealer so near to the waterline. So I do it a little, the way the eye bag stands, when you look up, your eye bag usually show. So where your eye bag, brings in the bump, that's where I do the concealer, and then I blend as I go up. Like that.
So it helps it not
not too much of it. In short, I can be able to control the amount of concealer I'm placing closer to the eyes, because that's where the creasing is a lot.
I agree. Okay, so that's okay. So we're going to be using concealer. Concealers are nice because they're just basically like a more full coverage foundation. It has a lot of coverage, so which is why we can't apply it all over our faces. It would be too much.
They are quite heavy.
We reserve it for under the eyes or the places we want coverage, or to cover up maybe if you have some imperfections. That's
why I've been seeing the new products in the market, especially the concealers. They are all saying it's lightweight, buildable, lightweight. So until I was like, Kelly, have you forgotten concealers are quite heavy than foundation?
So I'm mixing two colors. A lighter one and a darker one.
That looks like almost the foundation shade. It is like if you would blend it, you would run away with it.
So this one, because it's lighter, it will give us a little bit more light. And guys, we said that you always apply thin layers and build up. So even in concealer, it applies, the same rule applies. And now, because our model here has more of a rounder face, you want to take it more lower than you do outwards. So I'm just keeping it until this point. Because if I take it too far out, it's going to widen the face. Yeah.
Even for concealers, it applies.
Yes.
Because those people usually go actually way up until to the temple.
Yeah, now if you have a round face, this will create the illusion of an even wider face. Yeah. Because highlighting and contouring is all about the illusion and bringing light and shadows into the face. True. Hence dimension.
Wow.
So for this one, we've dragged it lower, but then I've just kept it until this point. So the triangle was like that.
So it's just like when you do the contouring.
So you see that.
Oh, nice.
It's not out here, yeah.
So it's the same concept you use in contouring, whereby you can contour someone, then you drop the face, they look like they are sad or something. Okay, all right.
So that's another tip. But then if you had a longer and slender face, you take it now all the way out to the temples of the face, yeah.
That's another thing I used to ask myself, how far should this concealer go? Because I see those people who take it all the way, the others who just blend it in within, this area, and okay, that's a nice tip.
Yeah. I feel like this is the part where blending needs to be done correctly, highlighting and contouring.
True. There you have no, excuse. You have to do it perfect. Because another thing, if you don't blend your concealer properly, yes, it will look very well, sitting on your face, but it will look that product needs to.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's how she looks with highlighter. We're going to proceed to add some depth on the sides of her face.
Okay.
We're just using this concealer. You can use a stick or you can just use powder. Depends on how comfortable you are.
All right.
Yeah. But you said you prefer powder for now.
Powder for now. But I don't know, but with the technique of placing some and then with you see now, using brushes, I'm down to try everything now.
Yeah.
I think because with the brush, you can be able to place it on your arm.
You have more control.
Yes, thank you. You'll be able to measure amount you want to pile on.
I agree. Also, which one happens first, contouring or highlighting? Is there a difference?
No. I think there are those people who will start by contouring and others will finish by contouring.
Yeah. Like me.
Like me too, I finish by contouring. Yeah. Actually, I contour with the blush when I'm doing the blush and the setting spray. Where that part where you do the setting, the highlighter, then you set, then you do the second highlighter.
Yeah.
That's where I actually blend. I do my contour rather.
Awesome.
So you can see for her bronzing, you decided to be very subtle. You didn't want to go for the dark
because for the eyes, we are going to use a peachy sort of color for her eyes. So we don't want the contour to take the attention. You remember, it's all about balance. Yeah. Just the same way when you're determining a blush color, your eyeshadow determines that. If you're wearing a blue eye, you can't really use a pink blush.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so it applies. So we want to remove the creases because we don't want to set the crease. Yeah. So after we remove the creases, we go in with our setting powder. You can use a sponge.
Sponges.
Yeah. So you can use a beauty blender or a wedge or a flat sponge, whatever you prefer. And then you just look up. And then you just want to set the under eyes. And you want to push the product, not too much pressure, you just want to push it into the skin so that the concealer will absorb the product.
Even
we've left a little excess there.
Placing even your setting powder also matters a lot.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I used to place it, I used to have a brush, and because I was still learning, there's those times I would just place a lot, and then there's a patch over there that has been left, and it was really, really challenging for me. But
So
with the
what
time,
do you use now?
so now, nice blending, and using, instead of what is it called, like you're doing, using the sponges, I use the brush. So I pat.
Okay.
So I dab the brush on the product, beat out the excess, dab the excess, then.
And then you pat.
Yes.
Oh, I think I'll try that.
And especially this is a very nice brush for doing that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Pressing in, actually, the way you're saying, you just press
it in, yeah. You never want to drag.
Yeah, don't drag.
Ever. Especially when it's your skin. You don't drag. Because the end result shows.
Yeah, that's
the cakiness comes through if you drag.
The other thing, Kenya doesn't have Getty photographers. What are we going? Because I remember one of our celebrities was posted by a fellow celebrity by Snapchat stories, but because the guy was taking the video was the guy, but he, obviously men don't know when it comes to makeup.
Exactly.
And the videos, especially for Instagram, ladies will prefer use Snapchat to cover up the ashiness and the flashbacks.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I saw what you're talking about.
Yes. So guys, be very careful when you're setting your powder.
Exactly. Yeah. So now I'm setting the rest of her face because we have powder in the middle, but the other areas it's just foundation. Okay. So you have to set that. Just use a small amount of powder. Small is relative. Just use according to what you feel you need. Some people prefer more powder. Yeah.
By the way, let me ask, what is the shortest time you did your makeup or someone's makeup?
On myself, 7 minutes.
On someone
else?
On
someone, 15.
What was happening for you to have 15 minutes?
It was a last bridesmaid. She's the last one. They're supposed to be leaving.
Time is running.
Yeah.
How did it look? Did she not feel my makeup was done for 15 minutes, yours has been done for 40 minutes?
It looked nice, but the circumstances, there was no other way we would have done it.
You were by yourself?
Yeah.
How many were they?
I was by myself, and they ended up coming more than they were supposed to.
How many were you ready for?
4.
4, but they ended up being?
7.
Oh my.
Yeah.
So even the time...
So I didn't have my assistant with me, I was just by myself.
Oh my goodness. Now let me tell you of a trick. I don't know whether you should try. I learned it when I was doing my promo for this show. Because I was the only artist and I was doing makeup to 5 models, me included. The moment, because of this, sometimes the studio environment is different.
Yeah.
Yeah, because besides the the ACs, those are not enough. But when makeup sits for a very long time, it doesn't look the same as a fresh one, especially for photography purposes.
I agree.
So, one thing I learned from that is I first do the eyes and the brows.
For everyone?
For everyone. Yes. Because the part of the eyes, that's why you waste time thinking the look that you're going to do. Yeah, so I thought of to apply that next time. So I do the eyes, all of them, and then I come as I do foundation. Yeah.
Because sometimes it's usually very overwhelming.
Very.
All right, so now we are at the fun part, the eyes. So we'll have her close her eyes, and then we'll go in with concealer. I think a tip with when you're doing a glossy eyelid, you want to make sure you've used enough product. You can't go in with sheer concealer because your skin will show through once you add the oil.
Okay.
Yeah, so you make sure that the concealer you use will completely cover the eye, the eyelid. And just like any other makeup look, you have to set.
Yeah. That's if you don't, it will set for you and it will not be pretty.
Yeah, it will set itself for you.
Yeah.
So that's our eyelid. think we'll add just a tiny bit more because I want it very full coverage on the eyelids.
So, all right, now. And
because you know the oil to makeup theory, oil breaks down makeup. So if you apply too little and then you go in with gloss, in just a matter of time you'll see your skin, then you'll see the concealer.
So that's how I felt.
Yeah.
To a point that now my gloss, the one that I use, has a red hue with it. So I just get along with it. And
did you have any eyeshadow on?
The very first time, the gloss I used was the clear one. So I used an eyeshadow then, and yes, an eyeshadow then. So it creased.
Okay.
But now, and it was really, it wasn't pretty for me.
Yeah.
But later on, when I was going to do shopping, I found this nice product. It is a lip gloss, but still you can use it for the
for the eyelids.
Yeah, for the glossy eyelids.
Yeah.
And it has this red hue.
So you see that that's a full coverage eyelid. Yeah.
So it has this red undertone kind of. So when you apply, you might think I have, or someone has a red.
But that's really cool, actually. That's really pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, are you sure I can use it? But the problem is consistency, because that's another thing. Consistency. It will probably, there are those that will make the client's eyes uncomfortable.
Especially if it's too thick.
Yes. Yeah. You need one that is light.
Yeah. And also, you don't apply too much gloss. It's, just a little bit of gloss goes a long way. Yeah. It may seem like you've applied a lot, but it's usually not a lot that they apply in the eyelids.
Because I think that's also another mistake I did. Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and set her eyelids with, let me use a loose powder. If you're doing this on a client, just have them close their eyes to avoid creasing.
Throughout.
And if it's on yourself, just look down.
Yeah. But it seems if you're doing anything to your eyes, if you're doing it to yourself, just look down, don't look up.
Exactly. So that's a pretty nice base for our eyeshadow. We're going to go in with an orange colored eyeshadow throughout her eye.
Just to give it some warmth? Or?
Yeah, just to give it some warmth.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you can apply gloss just on your bare eyelids, but you can if you have an eyeliner and lashes, you can do it.
Yeah. And there are those who have, they don't have pigmented eyes. Maybe, like dark areas or dark circles around the eyes. So they are lucky.
Yeah, for them now they can just go direct with the gloss.
Yeah.
So we're giving her a flash of this color all over her eyelid. We'll take it up to her crease.
Okay.
And when you're doing this look, you want to keep your colors matte. Yeah, because the gloss will already serve the purpose of making any color shimmery or appear shimmery. We'll do the same thing for the other eye. So we're going to go in with a deeper color using just the same brush.
Okay.
And concentrate that more on her eyelid.
Okay.
You always want to remove the excess to avoid fallout, especially if you started out with foundation.
Yes.
So that's a really pretty look by itself.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And orange looks good on everyone.
I've already, hey, I know, this is nice.
Yeah.
You're already giving me something to think of.
So now that our eyes are done, we're going to finish the whole eye first, because once we go with the gloss, we won't be able to go back. So we'll do the lower eyes. Look up. We'll just drag the lighter orange on her lower eyes. I would actually wear this look just by itself.
It is very pretty.
Yeah.
Orange, you might think it is a screaming color, but look at it.
Such a simple color.
Yeah, it is nice. I have, one of my palette has this orange, like the one you just have there, and it's shimmery.
Ah, you can...
It is nice.
Nice, yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very.
And orange is one color that looks good on all the complexions.
Actually, I just saw someone has been using orange as the transition.
Yeah, I also do that sometimes.
Yeah, because I've seen your orange on your palettes are used.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because people are used to browns, the dark browns.
So I'm gonna take the darker color that we used on her eyelid, and I'm going to do that just on the lower lash line.
Okay.
So next, let's just clean up her brows for a minute.
Yeah.
So because you always need mascara to tie up any eye look, and we're doing a glossy eye, the first thing you want to do is apply your mascara on your eyes, then wait for it to dry completely. Then you can go in with the gloss.
Right.
Because if you go in with the gloss first, it's going to be a mess.
Okay.
Yeah, so you want to do the mascara first. And we want her eyelashes to look super long, so we're going to put a lot of focus on mascara this time.
Yeah. So another tip when you're doing your mascara, I don't know whether you usually do this. I can see you are wiggling a little bit. So there's a way
I wiggle, then I pull.
Yeah, wiggle then pull. Because also some techniques are what make people, smudge their mascara on.
Exactly.
So just wiggle a little bit. The moment you're close to the hair, wiggle. You now know. The hair will now get the color and you know where it is.
Yeah. And avoid using this part. Always use it more to the side. Okay, perfect. So now she can look down slightly. So you wiggle, and then you pull it up. Look straight ahead. Do you see the difference?
Yeah.
I think I prefer lengthening mascaras.
Well, I think I will jump into your wagon as well regarding that. Yeah. Because personally, if I also want, the only makeup I would say I usually do on my face is mascara on normal times.
Yeah.
And that mascara basically is over. It's literally, there's no product in.
Yeah.
So you can imagine when I do my lashes, it's like they've been tinted. Because
Exactly.
the moment I swap, there's no product left.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
So I think that's a tip also for the ladies that who are not so much on the mascara. Time that friend of yours who is a makeup artist or loves to do makeup. When the mascara gets over, tell them not to throw away. Take it. It will really serve you well.
That's true, actually. So I'm just bronzing up the face a bit. And because the eyes are relatively subtle, we're also keeping that very subtle.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of lip do you think goes well with this look?
I've been using for all my looks for this kind. I've been using glosses.
Yeah.
Or I do the Chinese lip ombre, whereby the colors is inside.
Is
it's
in
like
the
you've
middle?
eaten. It's like you've eaten a lollipop.
Ah, we can actually try that.
Yeah.
With
So the round the colors.
the Vogue
Yeah, the
color,
Vogue.
right?
So round your lips, basically it's like there's no color.
But in the middle,
But in
there's
the
a
middle,
bit of
yeah.
color. That's beautiful. Yeah, I think that would be perfect with this. Okay. So now for the star of the show is our lip gloss.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm going to put some on the back of my hand. Okay, so after we've put some product on the back of our hand, I'm going to take a small flat brush and then I'm going to take the lip gloss. Close your eyes. So make sure the mascara is fully dry. Hers is dry. So, and then you're just going to pat it so that you don't disturb the eyeshadow underneath.
Okay.
And just use a little, you see I've just pat a small amount in the middle.
Yes.
Then I'm using basically just that for the whole eyelid. Yeah.
So the tip is, especially when now I'm learning this because of the proper way to do it.
Yeah.
So you tap very slightly.
Yeah.
And not too much that you're doing.
So the excess, you just bring it up
Okay.
all the way, just underneath the eyebrow bone. So open your eye. Just open fully. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the glossy eye. You've seen the technique.
Yes, I've seen.
I just take a small amount,
Yeah.
put it in the middle, and then just spread it out as I tap.
I think that time I added more.
Oh, you added a lot.
Yeah.
So she has glossy eyelids, but it hasn't interfered with the mascara or any of the other eye makeup. Yeah. And you don't put any gloss on the bottom part.
Yes, you don't.
Don't do it. That's a big mistake. Yeah, and I like it.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
One might
that's
think it's a
nice.
shimmery orange.
Yeah. So up next, we're going to do a little bit of highlighting.
Okay.
I'm going to use our Canvas Cosmetics Champagne
So guys, if you
highlighter.
don't know about the Canvas Cosmetics, this is a Kenyan brand.
Yeah.
And this is the Glam Vision, Canvas Cosmetics highlighter, and it is in the shade Champagne.
Champagne.
So guys, you can check it out. For other episodes that we've been using, you can definitely go on our YouTube channel, BrandPlus TV Kenya, and learn more about this product. It's beautiful. Let's support our very own.
Yeah. So we're going in with a stronger highlighter. So that it can match the general theme of the eyes.
Yeah.
I feel feel like it looks brighter on the pan, but when you apply it on the skin, it's not that bold. Yeah.
And I like that you can pack it on.
So you can go in with a little bit more eyeshadow just to fill in the areas that may start creasing. Yeah. But just a little bit. So yeah, that looks pretty okay. So now that we have our glossy eyes complete, we're going to go in with a nice lipstick. I think we're going to use your Japanese technique.
Yes,
let
us try and see how it will look.
The color I'm thinking of is Vogue. So we'll just go in with Vogue from Canvas Cosmetics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So guys, as you know, this week it's all about Canvas Cosmetics. It's a Kenyan brand owned by Kenyans that we should all be proud of. If Kenyans are, getting into beauty, don't buy the international brands anymore. Let's support our very own. And as you can see, these are very beautiful shades. Like this one is Mara, the one she's using is Vogue. They have 15 shades that you can choose from, and 2 lip glosses, which are beautiful. I've seen them, and I've seen them on the models, and they are beautiful. They have lip glosses, they have lipsticks, these ones, and they also have eyeshadow palette, the one our model has, and also the highlighter.
Okay, so for the technique, we're going to use the back of our hands, as you said. Then I'm just going to dot it in the middle. So I'm just blending it in the middle, just using my finger. We always use this finger to blend, by the way. Yeah,
like that. You did it.
You were saying how it's like when you take lollipops.
It's like, ladies, this tip, look, think of it, look at it. Lady cheeks, ladies specifically, and kids when they eat their lollipops, the way you remove it.
Yes.
When you are sucking into it and they remove it, it leaves the color not outside but form inside your lips coming outwards. So you can decide to have it like there you've done, or you ask the model to open up and...
Oh, you just add it in the middle?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's this option, yes, this one, and then there's that other one.
That's so interesting. I wonder why it's not more popular, because it looks really nice and subtle.
And especially for ladies who are light skin, it is beautiful. Especially if you take colors like, like a color like this rumba, then you place it in right here in the middle, then you look like, do you look like this? Do you have a lollipop inside your mouth?
That's so interesting, yeah. All right, so we'll just go in with a little bit of gloss. Yeah, I'll try this, and I'll try the other one that you said.
Yeah, there you go. And are you done?
Yeah.
Then another tip I will share with you now, like for example, you see for her case, let me show you. Oh my God, thought my hands were a little bit sweaty. So we do like this. I don't know whether, let me stand so I can show. So a little bit of this. And then on the lashes like that. Yeah.
Wow.
Like that.
Who has ever seen that before, guys? I've never.
So you do like that.
Looks amazing though.
Yes, and then with your spoolie, then you brush them.
To have glossy brows as well.
Exactly, yeah.
Wow.
Try do on the other eye.
Okay.
Use your small finger, a little bit amount, as you can see the one I've placed, and then slightly on top of the hairs, you go through them here. You make them shiny.
So what do you call this? The glossy brow?
I think I say it's like you incorporate as a glossy kind of vibe, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you brush it with your spoolie. And also it also kind of defines the hairs and make them like indeed you are intending to wear it, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, even yours, you've even placed much better the amount of the gloss than I have.
Oh, I've done it better.
Yeah. You
So
have.
I should add a bit more.
Yeah, add on my side because I couldn't see.
I'm also thinking maybe we should also add more gloss on the lids.
Yes, you can.
To make it ultra glossy.
Yeah. Yeah, like that.
Okay. So going in with a little bit more. Maybe I'll focus it to the center.
Yeah.
I feel like with this look, you should just practice first before you wear it out.
Thank you. Yeah, true. You have to practice.
Yeah.
Stay indoors while you are staying indoors. But then when you are staying indoors and it's on a weekday, what do you do? Do you apply makeup?
Very subtle.
Now,
or sometimes no.
Okay, these a tip. Also as a form of becoming a better person. You know, there are those days you are off. And there are those days sometimes
100%.
You are, you know, you are off fine. Probably you are off, you are resting, you're taking a rest, and it's all about you taking a rest indeed. But at those times you're just hanging at home. Probably it's an off that you never anticipated of, but in short, you're at home. Let me tell you one thing. Someone told me, even if you're going nowhere, wake up, dress up. If you're a lady, put that daily makeup and stay at home. It doesn't mean because I'm not going anywhere, I'm not going to do my face, I'm just staying with my pajama. That prolongs the laziness and brings in the laziness.
Wow.
I was told that if it's not off day for total rest and you're just at home, it's nice to stay the way presentable.
Just looking put together.
Yes.
Okay, that's a tip because we all have our lazy days.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
so
but
guys,
anyway, this is it for our look.
There you go.
For our glossy eyes and glossy lips and just a glowy face.
Yeah. So these are a look that you can go, probably you're just grabbing a brunch with your friends, then go right back at home. Or just like I've just said, you are just chilling at home and you just want to look presentable. These are kind of, actually they're no longer called no makeup. They're called fresh fantasy looks.
Oh wow.
Yes,
okay.
Yeah. So these are like a fresh, your face looks fresh, looks all glossy, dewy. So these are the kind of a look that you could dress. Yeah, so beautiful. You can definitely share your thoughts and comments using the handles right below your screen. Yeah. And a big thumbs up, obviously, for Canvas Cosmetics for coming through for us for this amazing look. And if you want to work with M, where can they find you?
So you can find me on Instagram at Makeup by M and on Facebook under the same name. You can also send me an email and also you can contact me via my number, which will be provided.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, there you have it, guys. Thank you so much. Until next time, slay us away.
Yes.